Police raid Moscow gay bars after a Supreme Court ruling labeled LGBTQ+ movement extremist.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russian security forces raided gay clubs and bars across Moscow Friday night, less than 48 hours after the country's top court banned what it called the global LGBTQ+ movement as an extremist organization. The raids follow a decision by Russia's Supreme Court to label the country's LGBTQ+ movement as an extremist organization. Max Olenichev, a human rights lawyer who works with the Russian LGBTQ+ community, told the Associated Press before the ruling that it effectively bans organized activity to defend the rights of LGBTQ+ people. In practice, it could happen that the Russian authorities, with this court ruling in hand, will enforce against LGBTQ+ initiatives that work in Russia, considering them a part of this civic movement, Olenichev said. Leading Russian human rights groups had filed a document with the Supreme Court that called the Justice Ministry lawsuit discriminatory and a violation of Russia's constitution. The Supreme Court case is classified and it remains unclear how LGBTQ+ activists and symbols will be restricted. Many people will consider leaving Russia before they become targeted, said Olga Baranova, director of the Moscow Community Center for LGBTQ+ initiatives.
This post received a score of 9,800, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I wonder which Russian minority will be getting sent to fight in Ukraine next?
Not just LGBTQ+, but anyone they deem to be LGBTQ+. This is Russian military frontline recruitment. Anyone can be deemed gay, just plant some porn or even CP. Better send these criminal deviants to Avdiivka meat grinder. Same fucking thing with cleaning out the prisons for the Bakhmut debacle, 50K for a single city, again, and again, and again. Plenty of minority groups in Russia to exploit who have zero power to stop it.
Actually, you won't need porn or CP. The way the law is, anything construed to support LGBT, like rainbow shoelaces or even a book with a gay romance, can be treated as extremism.
There'll be a sudden influx of young Russian men wondering where a copy of Brokeback Mountain and Cher CDs came from, then boom, through the door comes the FSB, Rogvardia, to drag them to the front.
In the wise words of Putler, if I had said that Iraq has WMD, I would have found some. Isn't it great to live in a dictatorship? Yes.
This is why I can't stand the idea that Bush lied about WMDs, or the US was responsible for 9/11s. Because if he actually lied, he would have planted them. Which makes it an intelligence failing and not intentional.
Calls to traditional family values always entails restricting rights of others to live their lives as they choose. In this case, advocating for your own rights is defined as propaganda, which the state, of course, must eliminate.
You know what family values means, that's hating the same people your grandfather hated. Robert Anton Wilson.
They want more citizens to make babies to throw into a useless war.
There's rumors that Putin is considering banning, or at least heavily restricting, abortion to try to force Russian women to have more kids.
All of this stuff reminds me of why Russia is supporting MAGAs. They're the same. Trumpers look up to Putin's Russia as the ideal society, and this is why if you're an American, fucking vote like your life depends on it next year, because it just might.
They see fascism as strong, and they're insecure. They gaslight and attempt to project power by threatening use of force.
History repeating itself, how any Russian can watch this and not realize the parallels to the early years of Nazi Germany. I wonder how long until the first extermination camps will be discovered. Russia doesn't view the Nazis the way the West does. To Russia, the worst thing the Nazis ever did was invade Russia. So by their definition they can't be Nazi, because to be Nazi means you're at war with Russia. Which explains why they think Ukraine is Nazi. Greater than I wonder how long until the first extermination camps will be discovered. Yeah, this is already a thing. A few years ago in the Chechen Republic of Russia they rounded up gay people and murdered a bunch of them. I've got this song from one of their victims in my playlist.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.